This $40 plastic box in your bedroom might be doing next to nothing. A cheap air purifier may not actually clean the air like you think it will. The biggest misconception they hide in the fine print is that when some brands claim that their filters remove up to 99% of particles, they often mean the air that actually passes through the filter, not the totality of the air quality in a particular room. If the air purifier is small, inefficient, or sized incorrectly for your room, up to 90% of the air in your room may never even make it to the filter, which means 90% of your room's air is never cleaned. Not to mention that the air that does make it through the filter can often just seep right back into your room if the purifier is not sealed efficiently. So today, I'm demystifying the jargon. ACH, HEPA, carbon activation, microns, and giving you a simple 3-step checklist to know if the purifier you own or are looking to buy is actually doing something or just making noise. Some of the filters we'll be reviewing today were thoroughly tested and reviewed by publications like Forbes Vetted, Newsweek, and Green Matters. So all of our claims are 100% backed by science, engineering, and third-party testing, which, by the way, is also the way we design and build each AirDoctor unit. So let's break down the 3 components of truly clean air. Think of them like the checklist for a safe, comfortable road trip on a hot day. You have the cabin fan system, which represents the sheer power of your AC's overflow, the cabin filter, which is the quality of protection you're getting, and the windows, which represent that non-negotiable sealed system. We start with the cabin fan system, which is measured by a rating called ACH, or air changes per hour. ACH tells you exactly how many times the machine is cleaning the air in your room every 60 minutes. Think about the climate control in a large family SUV. It's not just about blowing cold air, it's more about circulation. If the AC system is too small for the size of the car, the driver might be cool, but the kids in the back row are still sweating. The flow isn't enough to reach them. To keep everyone comfortable, you need a system designed for the size of the cabin. One powerful enough to circulate the air all the way to the back and keep it moving consistently. This is exactly how ACH, or air changes per hour, works. It's based entirely on the square footage of your room. A purifier might be great for a small office, but put that same unit in a living room, and it's like trying to cool a bus with a dashboard fan. You need a machine powerful enough to change the air in your room at least 4 times per hour. That's the AirDoctor standard. Anything less, and you're leaving yourself exposed to stale, dirty air for longer than is necessary, especially when doing everyday things around the house like cooking, cleaning, or even just lighting a candle. And finally, all this needs to be balanced with one critical factor: noise. A purifier that can hit a high ACH, but only by screaming like a jet engine on its highest setting, is useless because you'll never actually want to run it. You need a machine that can deliver that high clean air delivery rate at a noise level you can actually live with. One quiet enough to run on its effective speed all day and all night long. The power matters, but so does the quiet efficiency of that power. Next, let's talk about the filter. In our car analogy, imagine you're driving behind a massive diesel truck. You can see the soot, but worse than that, you can smell the exhaust. The smell is proof that your car's filter is failing. While standard HEPA filters are great at catching solid particles like dust and pollen, without a premium dual-action carbon VOC filter, they may be useless against gases, odors, and VOCs, volatile organic compounds. These invisible threats often flow right through a standard filter, and prolonged exposure to VOCs can cause serious long-term health problems like kidney damage and even cancer. To stop the dangerous stuff you can't see, like off-gassing from cooking fumes, chemical cleaners, or even just lighting a candle, you need activated carbon. A lot of competitors don't even have a carbon filter, and many competitors claim to have carbon, but they just give you this basic, low-efficiency carbon filter. It's usually just a thin piece of foam or mesh painted on black specks. It provides very little odor control. It's like trying to stop a gas leak with a screen door. Real protection from toxic gases requires a 2-pronged approach. First, you want dense activated carbon to capture VOCs like formaldehyde. AirDoctor uses a substantial amount of activated carbon to optimize the reduction of gases in your home. But not all gases can be absorbed by activated carbon alone. So the second thing to look for is potassium permanganate. This compound is amazing at neutralizing the gases missed by activated carbon. Think about the last time you cooked something on a gas stove. When turned on, your stove's emissions linger in your home for months. Because the AirDoctor carbon filter is built of activated carbon and potassium permanganate, it's designed to work like a sponge absorbing toxic gases, VOCs, and odors. It effectively traps those airborne contaminants on contact. So, instead of breathing in toxic gases from cooking, you're breathing fresh, clean air. The final and most critical components are the windows, or what we call the sealed system. What good is the most powerful engine and the best filter if your car, or in this instance your air purifier, is full of holes? In lower-end purifiers, when the dirty air even gets sucked in, instead of being forced through the filter, it leaks out through the gaps and cracks around the filter housing. It cheats and then shoots dirty air right back out into your face. A true sealed system is a non-negotiable requirement. It guarantees that every single molecule of air pulled into the purifier is forced through the ultra HEPA filter and cannot bypass it. No leaks, no cheating. No captured contaminants escaping back into your home's air. This cheating bypasses the entire filtration process. Even if your filter material is top of the line HEPA, if the fan motor pushes air through microscopic holes in the casing, the dirtiest, finest particles, the virus and smoke, are simply rerouted around the one thing designed to stop them. You're left with a machine that is functionally no different from a fan, spending all that energy just to circulate polluted air that never gets cleaned. The only way to guarantee this seal is through precision engineering. This means using rubberized gaskets and secure clamps that compress the filter cartridge against the unit's body. There should be zero gaps. You should be able to physically inspect the filter compartment, and if you see any light or space around the filter's edges, you're looking at a leaky, compromised system. This attention to detail is what separates a certified air cleaner from a glorified box fan. So, here's your clean air checklist. High ACH, a multi-step filtration system with activated carbon filters, and a 100% sealed system. If you want to see the exact specs of the machine I use that hits all three of these marks, check the link I put below in the description. And now that you know how to buy a high-quality air purifier, do you know where to put it? I'll solve the bedroom versus living room debate and the science of air circulation in the next video, so make sure you're subscribed.